What is up, everyone? It's the TheDrummerNerd, and welcome to the TheCraftNerds Server. We got a bunch of stuff that we're trying to do today, but I wanted to start off by showing you some of the things I've been doing to get myself started. As you usually do, I just kind of tried to avoid doing a bunch of the early stuff on recording just because, you know, I'm sure most of you guys that are watching this have seen all this stuff before 100,000 times, but everybody does things a little bit different, so I figured I'd show you a little of what I'm doing. First and foremost, we do have our enchantment set up here. What I usually do, because there's a village nearby, I steal all the books from the village, and then I just recraft this stuff over where I want to be. So the village is on the other side of this mountain over here. We'll probably swing back that way a little bit towards the end here. But you can see I've been doing a little bit of mining. I'll show you the mines a little bit before we leave. Got a bunch of good goodies. Bunch of good goodies. Oh, and I forgot. Check it out. So I got a new skin. I totally made this myself. Kind of looks like me. A little bit. Kind of looks like me. I don't know. I had fun making it. Took like an hour and a half. It just... Yeah, some of the detail in this shirt. You like it, don't you? Anyways, let's continue on. So I wanted to show everybody my mining strategy. And I'm going to end up taking this particular area. This isn't going to be my base. This is just a temporary spot. I'm going to take this area and I'm actually going to build right down this way to where the mines will be. And I'm going to set up a minecart setup so that you can just get there quickly without having to run up and down or use ladders, which is fairly easy to do. But I thought it'd be kind of cool for everybody if they wanted to quickly get down to the mines. This place is pretty big, so it should be fairly shareable. And we'll head down below where we'll check out a little bit of the mining strategy that I'd picked up over the years. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but I just found this to be the best way possible. So we'll start a new little section here. So what I do is I run down like so. And actually, you know what? I haven't really done too much with this particular section on this side, or really on this side either, now that I think about it. So maybe we'll try going down this way. I am on layer 11. Yes, 11. Now, diamonds generally spawn from, it's anywhere between layer, I think, 6 and somewhere up in the 20s. I'll have to double check the numbers. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments there. But they most commonly spawn at layer 12. Now, the reason I'm not standing on layer 12 is because if I'm on layer 11, layer 12 is right at face height. And so if I'm to find diamonds, it'll be a little bit easier to see them because they'll be at face height. And then what we do as well is we avoid breaking into lava because lava generally starts at layer 10. So it'll usually be below me. That doesn't always happen, but it's usually below me when that does occur. So check this out. What we do is we're doing this in kind of a branch fashion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to count 1, 2. I think I've been doing it every 2 now. Yeah, every 2. So on the third one, I'll break in 4, and then I'll continue, or I'll turn back around and I'll do this. Break in another 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll go another 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and do the same thing on this side. And I'll go all the way down. And the reason that I'm doing this is if I go down this way, well, I started in the wrong spot on this side because I'm a smart guy. But if you'll notice, if I were to just break one more rock through, we'll reach, this side right here. We'll reach the other side. So we cover that little block in between. And because I'm doing it every 2, if I were to find a diamond on this side, I'm not going to need to see it from this side as well. So one way or another, I'm kind of covering this whole space. I'm covering this whole space, etc., etc., etc. And you can just continue on down. I probably won't find anything good because, of course, we're recording. And, you know, diamonds are still rare for what it's worth. But this seems to be a pretty easy way to find diamonds, to find redstone, to find iron. See, look, there's some redstone here. And there's some coal. So, you know, we find some good materials while we're down here. Diamonds are still fairly rare, but, hey, it is what it is. So I'm going to run back upstairs. And I'm going to show you guys... Actually, you know what? Let's just head up there real quick and we'll chat a little bit. So the first thing that I want to do today is I want to finish setting up a little bit of a farm for wheat, carrots, and potatoes. I have a couple of cows outside, and I want to expand that particular farm, and then we're eventually going to funnel them all into a little farm where we can use them to quickly create babies and get as much cooked meat and as much leather as we want. We'll get to that at another time, I think. But for now, I wanted to start off by getting this little farm set up over in the corner, I think. See, we already have some cows here. We have some pigs. I've been getting some pumpkins. I actually got the wife to play with me a little bit. And we went out and found a mine shaft and spent a lot of time trying very hard not to die over and over again so that we could find some pumpkin seeds because we need those. And I want to tear down this sugarcane farm and do something a little bit more automated. But to do so, I wanted to make sure that we could get some slime blocks to save on some materials. So I'll take you to where we started a slime farm down that way. And I think what we're going to do today is we're going to work on prettying that up for everybody to use on the server. I already know that it works, but there's still a little bit of finishing up on it that needs to be done. So let's grab, and actually let's put our armor back on. Now you've already seen what I look like. We don't really need to show that some more. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between here. And we'll just start placing some stuff down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of a farm set up. It's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be a couple of rows that we can use for some of the different materials that we have. Hey, stay away. Stay away from me. Still fighting a little bit of server lag, too. I'm not really sure what's causing it. Something that we've been... See, look at this. Look at this. Just die. It happens mostly on the surface, and I think it's... Oh, that's bad. It's mostly server-related lag, because everybody's been feeling it a little bit. Okay, let's see. I want to count this out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can go a little bit further down. So 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we'll go all the way to the end here. And you'll see what I'm going to be doing here in a moment. Let's see. We want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is, I think we want to go here. This probably isn't going to be the most efficient way to do this, now that I'm thinking about it, but it's going to be a little bit more efficient than if I was to make full rows of everything. So we're going to put a little bit of water here. Do I have some infinite sources here? I think I do. Nope. Yes, I do. Okay, cool. Get some water. Aww. Did I grab the hoe? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. Never quite ahead of myself in these particular cases. Well, let's grab the hoe. Let's grab some seeds, some carrots, and some taters. I gotta be really careful. This is why I don't like working out at night. I tried to light the area up as best I could, but doesn't always work out the way you hope it will. Let's go down this way. Light that up. You guys stay away from me, man. Let's just clear these out. Oh no. Oh no. And the lag is much worse on the surface, too, is what I've noticed. If I'm down and I'm in the mines, and this is why I hate doing this, too. The other creature is not so bad. It's the creepers. It's the creepers I can't deal with, because one of those things decides to lag, and then all of a sudden, you're dead. And half of your stuff is exploded. So what I've learned is, and you can check out plenty of videos on this stuff, it's best to plant... Oh, please. Thank you. Dudes, get away from my base. It's better to plant crops in rows. Apparently there's something in the game code that allows them to grow faster when they're planted in rows. I honestly don't know too much about that stuff, but you can find all kinds of videos online that'll give you some information on how that works. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do it, and we'll see how effective it is. So we'll put these guys down here. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this guy up. I'll probably feed the cows a little bit, and then I'll meet you guys over at the slime farm, because I want to show you what I've been doing there and give you some ideas on what I want to do to expand that particular spot. So, you know, we'll just meet you over there. Okay, so we made it over to where the slime farm is. It's only, I'd say maybe 100 or so blocks this direction, away from where I guess we're going to set up the starter town. It's just kind of an open space that I wanted to use to set up for the starting area. This is not too far away. It's an easy walk, but I think eventually I want to link anything that's somewhat far away with rail carts and have some sort of rail station kind of central to the area. We'll see. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time to get something like that going. But for now, we do have this particular setup here, and I don't know if anything's really spawned here yet. I haven't hung out for a while down here. But check it out. These 3 areas, or these 3 chunks, I should say, that I've cleared out as one big area, are all slime chunks. Now, I did use a tool online to find the slime chunks just because it's so difficult to find slime chunks naturally. You basically just have to be running around somewhere and find a place where slimes are spawning and then clear that area out. It's very, very difficult. So this particular tool just lets you know where the chunks are. There happen to be 3 right next to each other, and there happens to be a couple more down this way. So we'll probably eventually expand out, but we can basically make these different levels up to layer 40, I believe it is. Right now we're on layer 11. Again, my favorite layer to be on. So check it out. This is a concept that Exuma Void had put up online. There was another person that had come up with a concept on Twitter, but it's a fantastic concept. And what happens is, on these layers, slimes will spawn. Or rather, there's a very, very, very high chance that they'll spawn alongside other hostile mobs. The reason we have this lit up is to keep the other hostile mobs from spawning. And there was a cave, a very big one, up here that we might just take a quick look at that I had to cruise through and light everything up to make sure the stuff was spawning. Now, the idea is, it used to be that you could use golems as part of the slime farm anyway, but now the mechanic has changed to where the golem has to be attacked first by the slimes before they'll attack back, so they'll generally die. What happens here instead is now the slimes will spawn. They'll jump towards the iron golem to attack them, but they can't reach. They'll then jump up against the cactus a bunch of times, and they'll die, and the hoppers will gather up all their stuff. And sometimes you'll come back and there'll be slimes. I've actually gotten 2 stacks. Yeah, see, here we go. 2 stacks or so far. And I haven't really been in this area lately, so I'm sure a lot of the stuff just hasn't really been spawning. So I figured if I brought all my materials, of course I didn't bring all my materials. So fail. We'll get started. We'll get started on a little bit of this, and we'll come back with the rest of our materials, I think. Yeah, we'll come back with the rest of our materials. Alright, so we managed to recover slightly from the epic failure that was the last excursion down here, making our way all the way down and not having everything that we need. Sounds like something I would do. Okay, anyways, so what we need to do to make this, and you can probably already see what's going on there, is we need to place down some sand. So place that sand down and clear a little area around the sand for the hoppers. And then I think that we'll place the... Yeah, we'll place the chest right here. So what we want to do is we want to place our chest down. This is going to be where all the slime will be funneled into from the hoppers. Now we'll take our hoppers, and I'm going to shift-click this on there so that the hopper goes into the chest. And I'm going to do the same thing with these guys to make sure that the hoppers are all funneling into one another. And the idea is I should be able to drop something in there, and it should travel and show up like it did right there. Next, we want to place our cactus 3 high. There we go. Okay. And then we want to take our fence here. And I've already cleared the room up to 5 high. It actually makes it a little easier to place these fences, because we're going to place them at this height, and then I'll clear out a little bit of space above them so that the golem will fit. Bring ourselves up a little bit higher. Do-do-do-do. All right, here we go. So I just clear a 3x3x3 space out above. I don't think that we need to go much more than 2 high, but we do need to clear the space out here so that we can actually create the golem and have them be placed. So let's go up a little bit higher. That's just going to be a placement block. We're going to remove that one. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, oh, goodness, I fell backwards. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Thank you. Okay, that's curious. And I think we need to go up a little bit higher, but let's grab this pumpkin out. Bam. Oh, I forgot something. Yes, yes, I forgot something. So, the last little piece of what we're supposed to do here, and I brought the material with me. Sorry, Golem. That's a lot of iron wasted. That's a lot. That's a lot of iron wasted. There's no point in trying to free him. I may as well just try to finish him off. Okay, so don't do what I did. All right? Don't do what I did and forget to place the half slab on top there. Otherwise, they'll fall onto the cactus and die. Very smart. Very, very, very smart. If you can't tell, this is the first time I'm doing something tutorially in Minecraft. I'm a little bit rusty. Just a little bit. So why don't we go make another golem, because that was smart. But the next thing I really wanted to do was I wanted to put a little bit of detail in this room and kind of clean this up a little bit, because it's very stark and ugly right now, and we want to make everything look good that we're working on. So I'm going to go grab some materials, and I will be back. Alrighty, back down in the slime farm, and I think I might do something like this with the build. The space around the outside is going to be an even spacing, so I'm kind of stuck with doing these kind of 2 inside type things. Otherwise, normally I would only have 1. And I'm thinking right now, I'm kind of liking this, though I might switch out some of the colors here to give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more difference. Maybe I'll do like a darker color wood for the stairs at the bottom and the top there. And I'm going to replace these with redstone lamps. I just haven't been to the nether yet, so I don't have any glowstone. So we'll just leave that like that for now. And I think I'm going to end up doing that on the outside here. And all I've really done is I've ripped out the first layer back behind the wall here. And then 1 layer in, I'm also doing the same thing here to place that wood. Like so. Except for I didn't mean to place this one here. See, I'm already mistaking my own builds. What's up with that? I'm going to blame you guys. It's because you guys are watching me. Can't do it, man. I can't do it when you guys are watching me. Let's just clear these out. So just clearing out a little space like this. And in fact, I also cleared 1 more space out back there so that you didn't have that stone look behind the wood. Like so. And then we place a couple of these guys down. It kind of looks like a face. If you're looking back at it from far, it's kind of weird. Maybe I'll make the lamps turn off and on like they're blinking. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Let's see. So we need a little bit more wood here. Yeah, that's doing the trick. I keep forgetting you can hold down left click now to make all this stuff just much, much, much faster than you used to. Place these guys down like so. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Whoa. Don't do that. Stop it, okay? Yes. I think it looks all right. So we'll do that. And then I brought a ton of sandstone because I like the way that that looks on the floor. So I think what we're going to do, and yeah, my efficiency and unbreaking pick became a little bit low. So I just grabbed the unbreaking one because then the efficiency pick that I used got tore up when I was grabbing the sandstone. But let's see. I think doing something like this. Yeah, I think that would look really cool. I wonder how it would look on the roof, too. I don't remember what the bottom of the sandstone looks like. I don't remember if it looks more like the sides or if it looks more like the top. And we don't need to go anywhere more that way. Yeah, I suppose that will work. It's not quite that smooth texture, but that'll probably help break the room up a little bit, even though we're using pretty much... Stop doing that! Since we're using pretty much all the same types of colors. Yeah, let me put a little bit of work into replacing the floor and the ceiling, and we'll see if we want to do something else with the ceiling. Okay, quick progress update. 1, I can't wait until I can get some redstone lamps because these torches have got to go. They're so ugly. Just so ugly. So I did a little bit of a path, I guess you could say. It's kind of a path in between all of these, and I used the half slabs. Around all of the stuff here, I used 2 half slabs to cover it up. And on these spaces, I just used the regular old half slab. Just 1 on top for the path here. And I kind of like the way that this looks as far as the ground, as far as the walls go. I'm already envisioning that this is going to look 100 times better once I get those redstone lamps in. And we can place some along the sides here in good spots and make everything look nice and symmetrical and look neat. But I'm not really sure how I feel about the roof here. I'm thinking maybe if we did something a little bit darker, maybe just regular old oak, wood, or something along those lines would make this look a little better. But I think wood in general would look a lot better than this cracked sandstone all on the bottom. We'll have to play around with it a little bit, I think. But I'll come back to do that another time. I think for now, I want to just finish getting the floor and the walls done in this area. And then once we're done with that and we get this place up and running and it looks pretty decent. Good. I was going to say good and decent at the same time. Those words just mashed together to dud. Dud. Yeah. We might have to start using that as an actual word. Eventually here, I'm going to also clear this section out here. Although this particular chunk here is not a slime chunk, I thought it'd be a good spot for us to maybe place some glass, make a somewhat of an observing area, and then find a good spot to just hang out in AFK and let the slimes spawn. Let them kill themselves so that you can just gather the stuff up. And maybe we'll put some chests down here. I think that's going to be a project for another day. So I'm going to finish up the floor and the walls, and we'll see you in a second. And there it is. Bottom floor and the walls all completed, at least the outside ones. Like I said, we're going to rip this part out, probably put some glass in there, make that look good. Yeah, I'm really not feeling the ceiling in here. So I'm curious to see what you guys think we should do for the ceiling on the inside here. I'm thinking maybe a little bit darker color, but I kind of want something that is a little bit textured. Not quite as crackly textured as this is, but I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do. So I want to hear from you guys on that one. And then we did end up putting the not-so-fail golem back in here. Since I managed to mess that one up pretty good, but I am not afraid to mess up on camera and let you guys see my failures. In fact, I think that's half the fun, is just to see that, you know, a lot of us, we may know how to do a lot of this stuff pretty well, but we'll still fail really, really bad when it comes to putting this stuff together. I'll tell you. But, you know what? That's going to do it for me today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. And thanks again for liking and subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.